trying to make up their minds about setups.
Yeah.
Okay, I see the defense team moving in. Oh. Taking up position on the high ground as expected. See people on attack, still just cruising, not making a real attack formation yet.
Yeah. Right now, I'm interested to see how attack's going to work out, considering they're lacking in terms of frontline tanks. So they've only got the Orisa to run, which could hurt them considering it's very immobile. But also on defense, we've got one pick missing right now, which doesn't help. But also triple tank with one healer. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. All right, we got the Zen's coming in now, but that's still quite a lack of healing.
And also, it's not a lot of DPS on defense, I think.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting to see them taking the triple tank, just going to soak up as much damage as they can. But
yeah,
it's interesting to see how it'll play out.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh, that's a big pick. That is a big pick early.
First blood, yeah.
And already they're losing a lot of DPS right now.
Yeah,
it's missing. Yeah, missing that soldier. They're dropping down. I mean, they've got the Zen for the Discord orb, but still with triple tank, you're lacking in terms of damage.
That soldier is really their only DPS, I think.
Yeah. Oh, that's a decent hook.
See how that goes. Gummy Bear's going low on health there.
And that's another big pick.
Oh yeah, that's a mercy.
Yeah, they're slowly getting burned down. There's very little they can do to sort of get on the payload right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're.
Oh, that's a big pick though.
They're losing a lot of ground here. Let's see how this is going from the other side.
Defenses, we've got a flanking Ana on attack, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't turn out so great for Averin there, but it was worth a shot.
It was a cheeky move, so.
It was a cheeky move. I think you could tell he's trying to land the sleep behind on the Rhine, but turned around just in time to block that, and then he's so out of position from his team that he's just going to get melted.
So they're probably thinking of which way to go or regrouping on the background.
Yeah. So we all notice primarily with the Orisa on attack and lacking in terms of other kind of shielding tanks is once they lose that momentum, it's going to be quite hard for them to set back up because they've got that lack of mobility. So the Hog's kind of free to flank here. Defense is free to do kind of what they want with positioning.
Let's see how this goes.
Nina's going ham right now, like getting all the picks they need.
Who's here? Who's soldier shooting at?
Yeah, we got the D.Va. Okay, so the D.Va's mech down. In trouble there. I think Boxy is probably going to die. Yep, Boxy goes down. Okay, so the defense is just slowly being whittled down. There's some big hooks coming out though. You see Azur's. Okay, that's the beat drop coming in. Azur's. Oh, he's in.
Oh, yeah.
Shield though. He may struggle to get much done here. Except Mercy's exposed, and she goes down there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to get some meters here. They're probably going to try to push it on to points.
Yeah. Okay, so Ryan goes down. They're probably going to lose the point here because they're slowly staggering in. They've got some ults coming out potentially, but they're so staggered. The Widow's behind him and everything. It's just Eva on point right now. Yep, that's the point down.
Yeah. Oh, not yet.
It's two big picks. It won't be enough.
Yeah.
And there it goes.
Okay, so first point is gone.
And now, interestingly, you'll see that defense is actually in real trouble now. They're missing. They're coming out, but it's away from their new spawn. So as soon as they die, they're going to be staggered back quite a lot here. It's really aggressive play. It'll last for a while, but I don't think it's a sustainable plan.
Yeah, I must say they are really playing well together now. They're forming a real front, both on defense and attack as well.
They've got quite. Yep, there it is. Okay, so I think it's blocked by the Orisa shield there. They've got quite a few ults on both sides, so it'll be interesting to see which way this goes.
Yeah, so the big one's to flank there with Widow.
Yeah, the big one's coming out right now, Res. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes down.
Oh yeah.
They're missing their beat drop, and there's the nano boost. Right now, this is a really strong combo, but it's going to be eaten by defense matrix if they're not careful.
Oh yeah. No.
It's a solid ult coming in.
Hog is asleep.
There's the soldier ult. Really good positioning. Ooh, a bit late there. Alright, that's unfortunate. That's a big loss of a soldier out there.
Yeah, defense is still holding at this point.
Question is for how long they can maintain this. They've got their res, which is strong for the next fight, but they just used a lot of ults there. As soon as the attacking team really get a strong, aggressive push in, and if they can get that res or get the mercy, defense is going to be in real trouble.
Yeah, they're going high ground here. Let's see how this works. It's an interesting tactic though.
Yeah.
Can't see that too much in normal competitive or. Quick game.
I mean, that's a solid pick, but you can sort of see to a certain extent how they're really struggling to push through that choke on attack, given the fact that they don't really have that mobile shield. So going the high ground is actually really strong because they're getting that flanking maneuver, sort of a free pass in. Yep. Now they've got the res potentially coming out here.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see if she goes through. Yep. Okay, we're in. They're really split from their team though. So
attack is moving quickly. They have to make a stance here on defense around the corner, or they are going to lose that second point.
Neva's so split from the team here. It's probably going down. He's getting picked in the back line.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the under-down attack. It looks like defense could potentially turn this around here.
Yeah.
Sort of going either way right now.
Yeah, Spanner's trying to pick the Mercy, I think.
Okay, so we've got a swap to Winston on defense. So Neva switched off the Hog on Winston, presumably to try and jump on that Widow.
Yeah, that's a smart move then.
I mean, looking at the enemy team, they don't really have much that can really shut down Winston here. Like they've got the Orisa potentially, the Soldier, but I don't really see them being able to do much against him here. It's a big hold coming out, but that's a strong bubble as well. The attack's sort of getting split up here. They should probably look for a regroup.
Yeah. Defense shouldn't have.
Yeah.
There mustn't have a lead here because they might.
Notice how Avarim and Azir are very split from their team. I think it's unlikely that the Soldier Ult's really going to get much here. And it looks like a counter ult's going to come in. Yeah. And that's a cleanup.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're sitting on a potential D.Va up here that's just been taken out there.
Let's take it up here.
Yep. Okay, so they've got the Orisa ult coming in, which is going to be really strong for their attacking push. But defense have a lot of ults as well. Especially considering that they only have that Orisa shield, that Rhino ult's going to hit them hard every time. They've got one last push here, they're going to have to make it hard, but they're really staggered.
Sorry guys, I'm struggling with these motion controls.
Okay, so Nanabu's coming in with the Orisa buff.
Oh.
But there's the Rhino! There is the Rhino!
That was a very good ult.
Yeah, that's a very strong ult. Notice how they've just got nothing to block the Rhino.
Yeah.
There's very little they can do against it. And Winston's just cleaning house here.
I noticed. Yeah.
Yep, that's a very strong hold there. Very strong hold.
Oh, it's gone.
And they, yep.
First one. Yeah. So what
with the res to spare.
Yeah. So defense started out a little troublesome, but they really managed to pull their stuff together for the second point. That was quite interesting to see, really.
Yeah, I think a lot of it sort of hangs on the Orisa pick. It wasn't a bad pick initially because of the fact that they automatically have that momentum coming out of attacking spawn since defense are set up so far back. But the issue is as soon as they start having to push through the big chokes there, like once their spawns move up, they have a real difficulty getting through because they have that lack of mobility. So you notice without the Rhine Shield, they've got nothing to block the Earth Shatter, and also it's really hard for them to make an aggressive push because they're so static in their composition. They've got things like Widow, they've got things like Orisa. It's good for getting those quick picks, which they really did early on, which really helped, but as soon as those picks stopped coming in, they lost all their momentum and really struggled to pick it back up.
Yeah, I'm getting a feeling it would have helped if they had switched a bit to go more like a dive comp or something.
Yes, a dive comp would have been good, and also just packing on a slightly more damage. Considering they're running the triple tank there, notice how they really struggled to burst it down with the composition they were running. So I think it'd be interesting to take a little bit more damage and just generally perhaps take a Rhine, take a Winston, just something that keeps them rolling and really allows them to get in. Because what you noticed is a lot of the times they really struggled to make use of things such as their nano boost, because D.Va was shutting it down, but also their team was so split just because of the nature of what they were running.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're seeing. Alright, so we've got the Widow on defense here. We've got the Mercy coming in as well. It's a generally really strong composition all round, and interesting that they're also running that Symmetra. So it'll be interesting to see what they can do with that.
I'm really interested in seeing what this Symmetra will do.
Now on attack we've got quite an interesting comp because we've got the triple tank coming up, but it's sort of like a mix. So we've got the D.Va and the Winston for dive, but we've also got the Rhine and Soldier and Mercy, which are sort of a lot more defensive and static.
Yeah, I am feeling pretty positive about the blue team now.
Yeah. Okay, so they're
flanking here on this side. Yeah.
Yep.
See.
So a lot of their composition seems to be focused on Sphena, who's going to be getting those picks for them.
Oh yeah, yeah. You see the D.Va and Winston.
There it is.
Yeah.
But the team's being cleaned up in the background, mainly due to quite bad positioning. They didn't take that high ground right off the start, and that really punished them because of how aggressive because of how aggressive the dive comp sort of is, or that hybrid dive comp, there's really nowhere they can back up to, and they're getting cleaned up very early here.
Symmetra's trying her best here to stay alive, but she's going down. Yeah.
The Symmetra pick could hurt them, especially since they've been pushed so hard. There's no chance to set up a TP.
Yeah. Okay.
And their positioning is so strong here. They're just able to command it really efficiently. And Zen's getting split.
They're not going to make
go down. Yep.
Yeah, they're not going to hold this first point. It's gone.
And the point's in already. And Ryan's so split from the team.
Yeah.
Azur's probably, getting cleaned up here. Hog's going to go down too, potentially. There he goes. Mercy's trying to back up as best he can, but good struggle here. With the Winston on you 24/7, there's very little you can do.
Yeah, you see the Symmetra now has her ultimate, but it's too late in the game, I think. They only have to cover a few meters to get to the point.
Yeah, they're so close to the point here. They've just got to dive in and make do with what they have. But notice how they have very little in terms of ults. They've blown their Ana ult. They're not going to have a Ryan ult in time.
No, also they have generally slow characters on defense here, so it's
and just look at the amount of ults we have on attack. We've got the Ryan ult to go, we've got the Mercy res to go if all things go wrong. And you see that's a big hammer coming in. But the question is, if they can't get the Mercy, they're going to be looking for a res here. And here it comes. There it is, big.
Yeah.
Now they're probably going to look for a Ryan ult of their own. There it is. Azur's completely split. Orisa's going down, and that's going to be the first map.
This match is gone. Yeah. Oh.
Very cleanly done. Very clean.
Yeah, very quick one. Didn't expect it to go this quickly, actually. So now it's 1-0 in games for Team Magikarp. And we're just gonna see how the second map plays out. If it's 2-0, they win the game. So I'm not sure it's going to be. It's probably not going to be King's Row though. Last time it also switched when they went in game. So I'm not sure if there's a long break now. Probably a couple of minutes.
Yeah, so it was really interesting to see on that map especially. A lot of tanks coming out, which you generally don't see often now. Pretty much triple tank across the board, and it's interesting to see how much the sort of different compositions fed into each other to a certain extent. We noticed how on first round the attack sort of very much fell down as soon as they lost that momentum, but second round the attackers were really able to keep up and play aggressive just because they had the Winston, they had the Ryan with his portable shield, they had that way to just play aggressive and just keep pushing in. It was really well played.
Yeah, I really think the Winston and the Diva combination made them very mobile. And it helped them to capture quickly.
Yeah, especially effective considering they were running that sim and they were playing so far up. They just had nowhere to back up to out of the start. They come in aggressive, the sim goes down, the team goes down. Very little they can do after that. They can't really set up. The first point's gone, and again after that, there's very little they could do in terms of ults. They were down in terms of ultimates compared to the other team, and just generally couldn't really get much done after that.
It's interesting how the teams are going to react to this. Everyone's team is going to probably try to do things differently. Also depends on the map type, I guess, which they will get now. Really interested. I kind of hope it's a King of the Hill map. They'll definitely have to adapt their strats for that. Yeah. Let's see. Which player did you think was the most valuable last match?
Well, personally, I was really liking No Heals for you, especially just playing that Winston, getting up, getting aggressive. Generally all round, it was very hard to pick out sort of an individual player considering how strong the teams were. They were playing very well together, and just generally it felt like a really strong sort of communal attack.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem as you. Didn't really notice any player really standing out. Did notice Winston was on fire a lot. So
personally for me, I'd say for C137, Svenir was especially effective, especially at the start, getting those picks. I feel like in terms of their composition, to a certain extent, it certainly relied on those Widow picks. And then you notice how as soon as they start losing those Widow picks, due to the team changing up, due to Fishhammer getting that Winston, playing aggressive, shutting him down, there's a lot less that they could do after that.
Yeah. I played loads of games with Spanner before, and he's especially good, I think, with Soldier and McCree and stuff like that. Hit scan. And
It is, yeah.
I think it would have been a good idea to switch out the Widow after first point. It would have really helped them, I think.
So I'm interested